Dmitry Bivol, The Long Road Back, How a Champion Faces His Toughest Battle Yet. In the brutal, beautiful world of professional boxing, careers are often defined by moments. Moments of triumph when a fighter defies the odds, moments of despair when everything slips away in a single punch, and moments of choice when the path forward is uncertain. For Dmitry Bivol, the reigning unified light heavyweight champion, 2025 has brought such a moment. But this time, the defining challenge has not come from a feared rival across the ring. It has come from within, from an injury that has shadowed him for more than a decade, finally demanding its price. A champion's reputation built over years. Bivol's journey to the pinnacle of the light heavyweight division has been anything but easy. Born in Kyrgyzstan and representing Russia, he turned professional in 2014 after a decorated amateur career that saw him compete against, and often defeat, some of the most talented fighters in the world. From his very first professional fights, Bivol stood out. His style was not built on reckless aggression or brawling theatrics. Instead, he was a master of fundamentals, exceptional footwork, pinpoint accuracy, perfect distance control, and a sense of timing that frustrated opponents into making mistakes. He wasn't just winning fights, he was winning them in a way that made boxing purists nod in appreciation. By the late 2010s, Bivol was already a WBA champion, defending his title against a variety of challengers from different styles and backgrounds. In an era where many champions protect their belts with selective matchmaking, Bivol took on anyone put in front of him. The pain behind the perfection. Yet behind the calm, unshakable champion exterior, there was another reality. A persistent back injury, first felt in the early years of his professional career, was slowly, quietly worsening. In the beginning, it was little more than a dull ache after a hard day's training. But boxing, unlike most sports, does not allow for half measures. Every training camp involves hundreds of rounds of sparring, hours of roadwork, intense strength training, and endless repetition of footwork drills. For over 10 years, Bivol fought through it. He adapted his recovery routines, modified certain training exercises, and pushed his body to perform even when pain threatened to hold him back. His discipline was legendary, but so was his ability to keep the problem out of the headlines. Fans saw the dominant champion, only his closest team members knew the physical toll being paid behind the scenes. 2025 The breaking point. This year, that long battle with pain reached its peak. As training intensified for his next defense, the discomfort turned into sharp, limiting pain that affected even the most basic of movements. His trademark agility in the ring, slipping punches, pivoting to create angles, was suddenly compromised. For a fighter whose style depends on movement and precision, this was not just inconvenient, it was potentially career-ending. The decision was not made lightly, but it was made decisively. Bivol would undergo back surgery. The alternative, continuing to fight through the injury, risked permanent damage. The surgery and the first signs of relief. The operation, carried out by a specialist team, was declared a success. In a message to fans, Bivol expressed both relief and gratitude, noting that the pain that had plagued him for so many years had already begun to ease. Still, the road ahead would require patience. Doctors prescribed a recovery window of 6 to 8 weeks before any form of training could resume, and even then, the return to championship-level readiness would take months more. This meant that for the remainder of 2025, the light heavyweight division would move forward without its unified champion in active competition. The IBF mandatory defense dilemma. Complicating matters further was the International Boxing Federation's ruling that Bivol must defend his IBF title against the organization's top-ranked contender, Michael Eert. Eiffert's position as mandatory challenger was earned through persistence and hard work, capped by a decisive victory over former world champion Jean Pascal in 2023. The fight between Eifert and Bivol was initially targeted for July 1, 2025, but negotiations broke down. Bivol's team requested a short extension to secure terms, but when the deadline passed without an agreement, the IBF began preparing for a purse bid, only for news of Bivol's surgery to change the entire landscape. In response, Bivol's camp submitted a medical exception request to the IBF, seeking permission to delay the mandatory defense while allowing him to retain the title. If approved, Bivol would keep his IBF belt, and the fight with Eert would simply be postponed until he could compete at full strength. If denied, the IBF could strip him of the belt or sanction an interim title fight to keep the division active. Eiert's long journey to a title opportunity. Michael Eiert's path to this moment has been slow and often frustrating. He had already been in line for a title shot before, but saw opportunities pass him by when sanctioning bodies prioritized higher-profile fights. Most notably, in 2023, the IBF allowed a unification rematch between Bivol and Artur Beterbiev to take precedence. That rematch was one of the most anticipated bouts in recent light heavyweight history. Bivol and Beterbiev had contrasting styles, Bivol's precision and control versus Beterbiev's relentless pressure and knockout power. Over 12 grueling rounds, Bivol's tactical brilliance earned him a majority decision victory, solidifying his reputation as one of the most complete fighters of his generation. The light heavyweight division without its champion. In Bivol's absence, the IBF may authorize an interim title fight, a move that has become increasingly common when champions face long injury layoffs. While this keeps the division moving, it also creates questions. Who will be crowned interim champion? Will they risk defending it before Bivol's return, or will they wait for the unification bout? Other sanctioning bodies, like the WBA and WBO, will also have to consider their own positions on mandatory defenses and title status. And while contenders circle, the champion himself is watching from the sidelines, committed to healing but undoubtedly eager to get back in the mix. Bivol's vision for the future. If there is one constant in Dmitry Bivol's career, it is his patience and focus. He has never been one to make reckless decisions for short-term gain, and this recovery process will be no different. His public statements have been calm and assured. Greater than, I will come back stronger. This is not the end, it's just another challenge to overcome. His target is clear, a 2026 return to the ring, fully healthy, fully prepared, and ready to face whoever stands across from him. That could mean settling the unfinished business with Michael Eert, chasing another unification fight, or even revisiting the rivalry with Artur Beterbiev for a third time. The wait before the storm. For now, fans of the sport must wait. The light heavyweight division is still packed with talent and storylines, but there is no denying that Bivol's absence leaves a void. His style, calculated, efficient, and impossibly composed, brings a unique flavor to the sport, one that can't be replicated. When 2026 arrives and Dmitry Bivol finally steps back into the ring, it will not just be another title defense. It will be the continuation of a story that began long before the pain in his back became public. A story of discipline, intelligence, and the unshakable will of a champion who refuses to let anything, opponent or injury, decide his fate. In boxing, comebacks are never guaranteed. But if history is any indication, Bivol's return will be one for the history books.